How will you improve your test scores?
What about your
Are
graduation
you increasing
rates?
your access to advanced
What are you doing
academics?
about your students' mental health?
United States public schools are saturated with conversations about new problems to navigate. But are they discussing the right problems? There is a silent crisis in the U.S. education system, a crisis that impacts our test scores, our graduation rates, our advanced academics, and our student mental health. It's time to start the conversation about chronic absenteeism.
Currently, 1 in every 5 high school students in America is considered chronically absent. This means that those students miss 10% or more of school in 1 year. This would translate to an entire year of education missed through grades 1st through 12th grade. How can we help our students succeed, help them compete in a global market, help them even eat a healthy lunch if we can't even get them to come to school?
In Prince William County, a suburb about 40 minutes south of Washington, D.C., one particular school is taking the chronic absenteeism challenge head on. Garfield High School has a student body of approximately 2,350 children, 64% of which are economically disadvantaged.
Garfield had consistently had approximately 34% of their students classified as chronically absent by the end of the school year. When the state of Virginia added attendance as an accreditation factor for the 2018-2019 school year, they knew they needed to make changes. With the new interventions implemented at the school, Garfield was able to reduce the absenteeism rate to 19% in 1 school year. So what exactly did Garfield do to make such a dramatic leap in 1 year? 4 research questions will guide the study to determine interventions that positively impact student attendance.
What factors contribute to increased absenteeism rates among adolescents in poverty? What are the academic consequences for students who are chronically absent? What are the practices at schools that influence student attendance? And what are the perceptions of stakeholders regarding the impact of interventions? The problem of practice will be examined through Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems model with a lens on student attendance, including school policies and structures, external forces in the community, and cultural beliefs of families. Bronfenbrenner's model examines the impact of the microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, macrosystem, and chronosystem on an individual's development and decision-making. Key concepts will be examined, including environmental factors impacting attendance, social structures impacting attendance, cultural values impacting attendance, and patterns of absenteeism.
This study will entail a mixed methods approach which both examines student attendance and academic data and investigates the practices implemented by attendance teams at schools.
Student data will be analyzed to discover trends between attendance and academic achievement of students both receiving and not receiving specific attendance interventions. Additionally, students at each school will be surveyed regarding causes and effects of absenteeism, and members of each school's attendance teams will be interviewed to determine the practices in place to address students with poor attendance patterns and the perceived outcomes of those practices. Each investigative path will be utilized to determine specific interventions which positively impact student attendance.
The 2 largest challenges faced include surveying of minors and navigating the parental permission opt-out process, and the determination of which data set to analyze due to the disruption in attendance caused by COVID-19.
Where are our students headed in life if they're not headed to school right now? Something has got to change. Absenteeism rates are consistently rising across the country, and the current interventions are not slowing them down. Our students need the structures found in schools to prepare them to succeed in the world. When developing school policy, why not consider policies that will hold students personally accountable for attending school, that will help those students develop routines and procedures that will not only support their success in elementary and secondary education, but will ultimately support their success as a contributing and impactful adult in our society.